In Galatians chapter 4, Paul then compares the law and the promise to slaves versus sons, or heirs. Here's Paul's point about being an heir. If an heir is underage, he is no different than a slave. Likewise, when we were underage, we were slaves to the spiritual forces of the world. But at the right time, God sent his Son, a human born under the law, to redeem everyone else under the law, and to make them children of God. If you are a child of God, then the Spirit of Jesus is in you. The Spirit of Jesus calls God Daddy. And if God is also your daddy, you are no longer a slave, but an heir of God. Paul then makes his appeal concerning justification by faith. Paul discusses his concern for the Galatians because of their return to bondage. He says to them, "When you didn't know God, you were slaves to things that are not God's. But now that you know God, or rather are known by God, why are you turning back?" The Galatians are observing special holidays and seasons that are contrary to the life of Christ, and Paul is worried that he has wasted his time on these people. Paul then discusses his concern for the Galatians because of their loss of joy. Paul tells them that they should become like him, since he had become like them. He remembers that previously they did him no wrong. He first preached the gospel to them because he was ill. His illness was a trial to them, but they did not treat him with scorn or contempt. They treated him like an angel. They treated him like Christ himself. They would have been willing to tear out their own eyes to give them to him. But now, they no longer bless him. They have become enemies of Paul because the truth he spoke to them. The Judaizers want to win the Galatians over. They don't have the benefit of the Galatians in mind. They want to alienate the Galatians from the apostles, and they want to win the zeal of the Galatians. Zeal, Paul says, is a fine thing if the cause is good, and it should be present at all times, and not just when Paul is around. Paul sees the Galatians as his children. He says he's in the pains of childbirth until Christ is formed in them. He wishes he could be with them. He wishes he could change his tone with them. They perplex him. Paul then makes an allegorical appeal to them. He starts by asking, since you want to live under the law, do you even know what the law says? He says, "It is written that Abraham had 2 sons, one by the slave woman, the other by the free woman. His son by the slave woman was born according to the flesh, but his son by the free woman was born as the result of a divine promise." These things are being taken figuratively. The woman is the 2 covenants. Hagar is the Sinai covenant, which bears children who are slaves. Hagar is the present city of Jerusalem, because Jerusalem's children are slaves to the law. Sarah is the heavenly Jerusalem, who is our free mother. Isaac is you, who are children of the promise. Ishmael persecuted Isaac, which represents those born according to the flesh persecuting those born by the power of the Spirit. Paul asks, but what does Scripture say? Get rid of that slave woman and her son, for the slave woman's son will never share in the inheritance with the free woman's son. So Paul's conclusion from this allegory is, therefore, brothers and sisters, we are not children of the slave woman, but of the free woman.